Main event. Turn marshals, pay attention. Good luck, drivers. We're going at the sound of the tone. All right, here we go. Race 51, race 52. Pro Truggy A main coming up next. So Pro Truggy drivers, you're gonna line up in reverse order for the next race for your driver intro, and then once you come into the arena, you're gonna line up on the ramp with the 19th qualifier lining up towards the bottom of the ramp, all the way up to the TQ at the top of the ramp, and don't go up onto the driver stand until everybody is on the ramp, because TQ gets first choice of where he wants to stand. All right, Ciccarello, our early race leader, with Nathan Harrison in hot pursuit. Martin Harrison right there as well, and David Iler up to fourth. Steve Downs in the fifth spot. $1:15 down, 8:45 to go. Couple mistakes by some of our top three. Let's see how it sorts out as they go through the wall. All right, so it's going to be Martin Harrison now taking over that race lead. Paul Ciccarello in the second spot with David Iler in third. Nathan Harrison fourth. Unrath in the fifth spot. David Smith running sixth. Steve Downs in seventh. Quincy Aberdeen eighth. Jay Kalahurka will be running ninth. Jeff Keeton up into the top 10. Scott Thomas running in 11th. Brian Looper 12th. Edward Weaver 13th. Lebo 14th. Dan Johnson 15th, Hironobu Yamaguchi 16th, Jeff Mccoy 17th, and David Lee 18th. Looks like Keith Lewis off the track early. 2:15 down, 7:45 remaining. Race 51 on the track once again. Race 52, Pro Truggy. You're gonna line up outside back, right behind timing and scoring for your driver introductions before you fire any engines. So Pro Truggy, you guys know the deal. Line up out back. And we'll introduce you starting with 19th qualifier back to your TQ. All right, 3:30 down, 6:30 left to go for Martin Harrison, our leader by 6 seconds over Paul Ciccarello. Nathan Harrison in third with Steve Downs fourth, and David Iler top 5. Smith in 6th, Unrath 7th, Kalahurka 8th, Keeton 9th, and Thomas your top 10 now. So your leader in the yellow and red over that center double. That is Martin Harrison, your second qualifier, heading towards the wall. All right, 4:30 down, 5:30 left to go, drivers. 4:30 down, 5:30 to go. So coming up on the halfway mark for your leader now with a 7.5 second lead. Your leader down the straightaway, yellow and red buggy. Martin Harrison clicking off a 47.9. Through the sweeper he goes. Paul Ciccarello now approaching the straightaway, clicking off a 47.5, still 7 seconds back. And they're coming through traffic. Be aware, leader coming up through the triple, into the triple jump. Nathan still running third. Iler fourth, and Steve Downs your top 5. David Smith 6th. 5:15 down, 4:45 to go. Pro Truggy, remember Pro Truggy, those engines should be off. Pro Truggy, those engines should be off. Nobody should be warming up. We got driver intros coming up after this one. $5:30 down, 4:30 left to go. Want to thank our sponsors once again. Why it's still quiet: Absolute Hobbies, J Concepts, Techno RC, Nitro Pro Fuel, Futaba, Reds Racing, BK Servo, OS Engine, Tekin, Mugen Seiki, BeachRC.com, Kicker Performance Audio, On Point RC and Graphics, and RC Racing Communications. 6 minutes down, 4 to go. Driver 6 down, 4 to go. Leader making his way through all sorts of traffic. The battle is for fourth. David Smith, Nathan Harrison, Unrath, and Kalahurka. So Nathan Harrison with a rough lap, 1 lap ago, a 57.2. That's going to put Steve Downs now up into the podium, 3rd spot. So now it's Martin Harrison, Ciccarello, and Steve Downs, your top 3. David Smith running 4th, and Nathan Harrison now in the 5th spot. $6:45 down, 3:15 left to go. So 7 minutes down, 3 to go. Fast lap of the race. Martin Harrison, your leader with the 46.2. Chicky's fast lap of 46.4. And Steve Downs now has some company as Mark Unrath, now only a second behind Downs for that 3rd spot. And Harrison another second back in the 5th spot. So Downs, Unrath, and Harrison, Nathan doing battle, 3-way battle for the 3rd podium spot. With 2.5 to go, we are 3/4 of the way done with this one. $7:45 down, 2:15 left to go. Harrison, Ciccarello, and Unrath. Nathan Harrison and Kalahurka now moving up. So Steve Downs with a 55-second lap. Gonna go from 3rd all the way down to the 6th spot. And Mark Unrath now up to the 3rd podium spot. Still doing battle with Harrison, only 1.8 back. All right, 1:30 to go, drivers, 1:30 left to go. Martin Harrison, Paul Ciccarello now separated by 14 seconds. So Martin checking out in this one. Coming up on our final minute, drivers, 1 minute to go. 40 and over, E-Buggy. Martin over on that left side of the track, approaching the big triple jump once again.
1 minute left.
He's got a big lead, and he's still going big. I thought he would simmer down to the doubles at this point with a 17-second lead, but not the case. He's coming up on all sorts of traffic as your leader with the little bobble. Coming up on Pro Truggy. You guys are up next. Gather behind timing and scoring. Once again, for driver intros, all Truggies should be shut off at this time. You'll have plenty of time to warm them up. Once again, all Pro Truggies should be shut off. "30 seconds, drivers, 30 seconds.
Jeff McCoy done.
All right, time has expired. Finish the lap you're on.
Nathan Harrison done. David Lee done. Martin Harrison done. Mark Unrath done. Jay Kalahurka done. David Smith done.
So Martin Harrison,
David
our
Iler done.
champion of the 40 and
Brian
over
Looper
E-Buggy,
done.
coming by to take
Quincy
the win.
Aberdeen
Nathan
done.
Harrison gonna fight back for
Steve
that
Downs
third
done.
spot on the podium.
Dan Johnson done.
Waiting for a couple more to finish.
Hironobu Yamaguchi done. Jeff Keeton done.
Still got a
Paul
couple more.
Ciccarello
Paul
done.
Ciccarello gonna finish second.
Scott Thomas done.
And I believe we have one more possibly coming around. No, maybe not. So Lebo not gonna finish, Weaver not gonna finish, and Lewis is out. So that's gonna do it. Martin Harrison, your champion of the 40 and over
Carl
E-Buggy,
Lebo
with
done.
Paul Ciccarello
All driver
finishing
are
in the
finished.
second spot. Nathan Harrison finishing third. Mark Unrath will finish fourth. Kalahurka top 5. David Smith 6th. David Iler 7th. Brian Looper 8th. Quincy Aberdeen 9th. Steve Downs 10th. Dan Johnson 11th. Hironobu Yamaguchi 12th. Jeff Keeton 13th. Scott Thomas 14th. Carl Lebo 15th. Jeff McCoy 16th. David Lee 17th. Weaver 18th. And Lewis